Hey everyone, this is day 5 of my special 31 Days of Halloween, and today on Classic Action Figures, I'm going to review the Frankenstein figure from the 1997 McFarlane's Monsters line. This set came out as part of the Series 1 figures of McFarlane's Monsters line, and here's a look at the front of the package. On the front left side of the package, we can see the McFarlane's Monsters logo and also a small picture of the completed diorama. In the middle of the package we can see the 2 figures that come in the set, as well as the rest of the items that complete the diorama. The side of the package has the McFarlane's Toys logo at the top, the Monster Series logo, and the name of the playset. The back of the package has all the other toys in the Series 1 line. And these are the Hunchback playset, which I reviewed yesterday, the Werewolf playset, the Dracula playset, and of course the Frankenstein playset. All of these came out way back in 1997, and I think that they still look pretty good after all of these years. Anyway, here are all of the items that come in the package. Before we take a look at each of the items, here's a quick look at the instructions. And the instructions also show us that there's a couple of different ways in which you can display the Frankenstein figure. Okay, and here's the first part. This is the back wall, and it's a really cool part of a stony wall with some bars for the window, and also a small skull on the bottom. This pegs right onto the floor, which has a really great wooden floor design, along with some bones, and some pieces of paper, and there's even a gray rat on the floor. Here's the top part of the table, with some rubber straps to hold the creature while they do experiments on him. I like the textures of the wood and the metal boards that hold it together. The rubber bands do hold the figure nicely in place, and they are not too loose or too tight on the monster figure. Here's the bottom part of the table, and this part also holds the metal arm and the electrode. And here's the metal arm that you can place over the figure's head, and this is the electrode that will eventually conduct electricity and give life to the creature. I do like the silver metallic color of both of these parts, and there's a nice weather effect to show rust and wear. Now let's take a look at the actual creature or monster. It's a great sculpt, and I really like the way McFarlane Toys depicted the creature. The figure stands around 4.5 inches tall, and he does look like he was assembled from multiple parts. There's even some metallic sutures on the front skull and all over the front part of the chest and the abdomen to really bring this point home. The figure also has different colors for the arms, the torso, and the head, to showcase this effect of the creature being made from multiple human parts. The figure is wearing some long black trousers, and he has some really heavy looking boots that have a splatter of color of some sort, probably from all the human body parts that were used to make the creature. The figure also has an alternate head that looks quite different, and it even has a small brain that you can actually remove or place on the exposed skull. It's a super neat effect, and it adds play value to an already cool looking playset. You can also remove the arms on the figure, and just like with the woodsman on the werewolf playset, you can see the bones protruding from the figure for added realism. Frankenstein's creature also has some basic articulation. He can rotate his head, he can also rotate his arms, and he can also kick his legs forward. The other figure in the set is the lab assistant, or Igor. Or at least I think it's Igor. He measures just over 3 inches in height, and even though they don't really give this figure a name, he definitely looks like Igor and not Dr. Frankenstein, who coincidentally shows up in another set. At any rate, they did a great job with the paint and the sculpt for this figure. He has a mean and demented look on his face, and he has blood splattered all over his lab coat. The figure has just some basic articulation. He can rotate his head, he can raise and lower his arms, and he can twist at the waist. He has no leg articulation, and as a matter of fact, the legs are all done in one piece with the lower part of the lab coat. The figure does have a great amount of tools. He comes with a cleaver or bone saw, a knife, a mallet, a pair of pliers, and even a small beaker. These are all done in a silver metallic color, and also some brown for the handles of the mallet, the cleaver, and the knife. The figure can easily hold all of these items in his hands, and there's even 2 pegs on the belt where he can carry the knife and the bone saw. Here's a look at the completed backdrop. I forgot to mention that there's also a small bookshelf that you attach to the floorboard. And here's how the completed diorama looks. Again, I think they did a wonderful job in creating a small environment in which you can see the Frankenstein monster in a dungeon lab being brought to life. You can move the table so that the figure can lean at different angles, and you can even remove the table from the floorboard and have it stand on its own. The picture on the instructions show the table at a really high level, but if you collapse the legs, I think it looks much better for the lab assistant to work on the creature. Anyway, that is it for my review on this playset. I hope you liked this video, and don't forget to check tomorrow for another toy review on my 31 Days of Halloween special. Until next time, take it easy.